Ohio gozaimasu! I'm Crazed.
I'm Richly.
I'm Migi.
And welcome to...
We
be
Simpin. Episode 15. Got it right this time.
Yay!
Yeah. I know.
He learns to count.
I'm so proud.
I couldn't count past 12. Is what I realized, and then now we're past that. So now I had to.
Now how high can you count?
This many.
Kiss
Don't hold up
me.
your fingers. Say the number.
Oh, 15.
Good job.
I'm learning a new number
I'll
every
teach you
week.
How to get to 20 soon.
I can count to 20 on my fingers because of sign language.
Oh, hey.
I have never learned sign language. I've always wanted to because I always found it so interesting. That
Okay, so I don't like fully know sign language. Just a little bit. Just something.
That was really cool. What? Okay, little side trick here. What made you want to learn some sign language?
My mom actually taught it to us when we were really little before we could speak. She taught us how to say that we were thirsty or hungry and stuff like that.
Wow. That's impressive.
I like that there's like a whole alphabet and everything and different hand gestures like that, especially with like I'm reverting it back to anime, but like there's a certain anime that I really love that does sign language and it's actually accurate. I know last week we talked about it, but Ranking of Kings, there's sign language in there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, true.
And it's all accurate. One of my favorite ones that we've ever watched was A Sign of Affection, which was such a beautiful like romance anime, but it's about this girl who's deaf and she meets a guy in high school. It's not high school, it's college, which is so much better. I love that we get out of the freaking high school genre norm and we actually get college, which just feels more
right. That's so much better.
You know, it's such a beautiful anime too, and like it's her understanding what love is for the first time because she's never loved, and
nobody's ever tried to understand her either.
Yeah, and then this guy gets to like understand her and actually learn sign language, and it's so adorable. It's A Sign of Affection.
Highly recommend.
Yeah, very highly. I wish we get more.
Right,
but
it's very sweet.
They wrapped it up pretty good for an anime. You know?
I want more.
Well, then you can get more by reading the manga.
Okay, I better get the manga.
But how's everyone doing today? We already introduced ourselves, but I guess we already talked a little bit.
Let's start with Miggy. How are you?
I'm good. Today is so much better than yesterday. Yesterday was stupid.
Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that.
What was so stupid about it, or do you want to get into it?
We had errands to run, and we went to one place, and we have to like Uber and stuff because we don't own a car because we barely go anywhere. But we ended up going to the wrong place, and the place we were supposed to go to was closed, so it just was like a fucking waste. So we got some chicken. We got some chicken to take home, but still, it was like,
Hey, chicken's a plus. But that sucks.
Must be nice not owning a car. How does it feel? Is it inconvenient sometimes or not at all?
I mean, not when you don't really got to go anywhere. You know, like we rarely go anywhere, and then you can just use Lyft or Uber or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That is nice.
Yeah, so it's just one less little expense, you know?
I've always had a car since I was like 13, so it's weird to think now that it's been well over 15 years for me.
Over half your life.
17 years I've been driving. So it just feels natural to own a car.
See, my husband and I fucking hate driving, so...
Oh, it sucks.
I hate driving too.
I can agree with that. It fucking sucks.
I have had 2 cars since I learned how to drive, but I have not had a car in like the past 7 years.
Yeah, so mostly since we've known each other, yeah.
Yeah.
You had a car at the beginning, and then
I always get the awful cars.
The hand-me-downs.
Yeah, I mean, it's like free car for me, but they don't work. Then I get stranded. So that's fun. Because nobody taught me how to properly take care of a car.
I learned that the hard way when I like got a flat or something, or like my parents were like, you gotta take care of it yourself. So because you're driving it, so it's just another responsibility. It's like having
Yes,
like a
I
pet or
refuse.
something.
I refuse.
Well,
No, thank you.
I'm also like jealous that you don't have a car, because I'm like, man, I would wish to not ever have one, but it is convenient at times just to go places we want to go.
Get yourself a bicycle.
Yeah. However, we live in a small town, and I know the like bigger towns are slowly getting closer to us, but that would be a long ride.
Mm-hmm.
Because like it's like a 40-minute drive or even an hour drive for us to get
Oh,
to certain
Jesus.
It'd
places.
be even longer if we took bike.
I know, right?
Oh my
That would
god.
be a little crazy. But
So it's convenient. It's just I'm so used to it, so it's just I don't think it'd be weird if I didn't have one now. It would just be weird. It's like when you don't have your phone. I guess it's for some people.
Got you.
But like when you don't have your phone, it's like an extension of yourself, where it's like, or when you don't have your phone in your pocket and you get the phantom buzz, you know, it's like, whoa, who's calling me? No one.
I prefer when you're doing something silly on your phone, and then you're like, wait a minute, I need to call somebody. Where's my phone? And you're holding it.
I have done that so many times.
I had that once happen to me when I was like, I had the phone out with the flashlight because I was like, where is it? Like looking everywhere in the dark. Where is it?
Where's my phone?
Like so aggressively, and then I just realized, and it's like a dull moment.
It's like, oh my god, I'm the stupidest person alive.
I pay taxes.
I still can't find my phone.
I'm an adult. Oh no.
Well, how's
Yeah, how are you guys?
how's-
Other than you know,
I'm doing pretty good. I got stung yesterday by a wasp, I think, because my arm is itchy and stingy and awful.
It was swollen yesterday. It doesn't
I mean,
look
it's
that way
still
anymore.
pretty fat today. I mean, so I have like the skinniest little forearms you'd probably ever see on a person. And I actually had some nice meat on my right arm yesterday. I'm like, oh, so this is what it's supposed to look like. But it is so uncomfortable. And
oh,
it itches.
bastard insect.
Yeah. And you know, once one stings, it makes a bunch of others come after you. So I had to run inside and take shelter, even though the day was beautiful.
Bastards.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever been stung
This was only my second time.
in your whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't think I've ever been stung. I can't remember a time I've been stung.
Oh, you would remember.
I think I would remember. Like I mean, this is way different, but I haven't thrown up since I was 10. So like it's been 20 years for me. So I just don't know. I'm so glad.
What, you haven't been sick since you were like 10?
Oh,
Like,
I've been sick. I've just never gotten to the point of throwing up because I've been sick.
that must be nice.
Right?
Because my husband and I both get extremely car sick. Just another reason to not be excited about cars, you know?
That
So-
makes so much sense. Yeah.
That also can go to throwing up if it gets real bad.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people get that with like boats and maybe even planes.
Yeah, that too.
I would imagine planes.
That's why they make Dramamine.
Yeah, that just it can knock you out, and sometimes then you're just sleepy and nauseous, and that's not good.
But it does kill a 4-hour flight.
I don't think I have ever felt nauseous on a plane. It's not the same.
I
I do
can't.
get the ear pops though if you're going somewhere that's like a completely different altitude. Then you
Yeah.
gotta learn how to like swallow just right or chew stuff or whatever so that
Yawning really helps.
it doesn't
too.
hurt.
Yeah.
I'll say
Yeah.
the only thing I have problems with is sleeping in a moving thing. Like I can't sleep in a car and I can't sleep on a plane. I've never been on a boat like trip, so I can't speak to that. I imagine it would be the same thing. But anything moving, I just can't. I can't sleep.
Mm.
So I remember when we went to Salem last year. I was pretty tired when we were coming back because we had like a late flight home.
Yeah.
I think like we didn't get back to Colorado until like 10,
No, it's closer to 11.
11 because of
It
the
was
time
around
change.
midnight when my parents took us to the Waffle House.
Oh yeah, that's right. We went to the Waffle House for the first time. I've never been to the Waffle House. And
That was
it's the Waffle House. Yeah, the experience of the Waffle House was exactly how I thought it would be. There was people fighting.
Were there people fighting?
Yeah, the chef was fighting with the other woman.
All I know is that I got
Amazing.
such a kick out of that old lady. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love the old lady. But she was dealing with like the chef in the back, and he
I had
was
no
like,
clue about that. My foot was killing me. But
I just remember I'm like, yeah, this is what the Waffle House is, huh? This is the
Yeah.
experience.
I'm gonna fight you outside.
Why do I picture crabs when we're talking about this?
Well, just
I don't know.
crabs, just giant
like,
knives?
like just crabs with their little pinchy claws, like going at each other.
big meaty claws.
Imagine- Imagine you have a fight with someone, but the rule is you can only pinch.
That would be amazing. I'm
That
gonna
would hurt a
pinch you
lot,
to death.
actually.
I'm gonna give you such a pinch.
You just have all these tiny little bruises everywhere from
Well-
a pinch fight.
You bruise easily, Witchley. So whenever I pinch you, I'm
Or-
like, oh my god. I'm so
Or
sorry.
if they have nails, you'd have a lot of little cuts, I guess. That
You're
wouldn't
right.
be good either.
That would be awful.
Yeah, this actually sounds bad.
It does.
Well, at the end of the day,
Can we just punch instead?
Yeah. And slap. Like that one game you played.
Oh yeah, I was looking at that.
Rose of
That's it.
Versailles.
No,
Not the Rose of Versailles. What it's called.
I can't remember what it's called. I was like looking at it the other day. Carmelian. No.
Rosa Camellia? or whatever?
Oh
I know it was like Rosa something. That was really fun. That was like one of my favorite thumbnails.
It's
that-
called Madam Slap.
yeah. I love that.
It was it's probably one of my favorite thumbnails you've ever made for us was to play that
It's just
slapping
her-
game.
Just witchily slapping you.
Yeah.
It's very funny.
I put the logo of the game like on my cheek just to kind of like say like this is the game we're playing, guys. And yeah, it was really funny to
Nice.
look at. Where it's like, oh, you left such a mark on my face along with the slap. It's like, oh, you literally branded me the logo. It's fun. I love that one. Well, I think we can just
That was a
segue.
that was a very large greetings.
Oh,
Much greetings. Much chitter chatter.
Well, on to our Weebly update.
Mm-hmm.
Should I go first? Since I guess
Yeah.
yeah, go for it.
Okay. Well,
Give us the Weebly update.
I don't really
for
have
Chris.
too much other than I've been reading. I bought Spice and Wolf. There's this
Oh.
collector's edition because I really love Spice and Wolf. It's one of my favorite animes that I grew up with, and I'd never read the books. And now that they just kind of remade the anime recently, they did a remake and kind of made it more faithful to the manga, which I did not know at the time because when I watched the first two seasons of the original anime in like 2008, 2008, it was they changed stuff, which I had no idea. And so they changed. So rewatching the anime last year was incentive for me to try to. I want to start reading it because they've already finished Spice and Wolf, and they already have a spin-off series called like Wolf and Parchment or something.
Yeah.
Which is like, spoiler alerts. It's a sequel to Spice and Wolf, and it's their kid.
Aw.
So it's like she's on a journey now, which I thought was like, oh, that's cool. So yeah, I bought. There's this like collector's edition that they were doing for the mangas now, which is like it's like two volumes in one, and just been rereading that one, and that's been fun just to see what I grew up with and loved. I really love Spice and Wolf. It's such a really unique anime with like deals with like economics and trading, and it has a little. It feels more like medieval-esque, like set
Especially since they're getting rid of the pagan gods and moving over to a different religion.
And then they're dealing with pagan gods in here too, because Holo the wise wolf is a pagan god of like what the wheat, of the harvest, and so
The wheat.
I like seeing some of the like fantasy-esque, mixed together with this. It's just so fascinating, and it blends so well, and it makes me like learn how. And I don't know if it's accurate, but just learning how they trade, how the trading goes, and how, because you have the main guy who's Lawrence, who's a traveling merchant, and he has to make money while also traveling up north with Holo to get her back home. And also find out if her home even exists.
Because he's never even heard of the place.
Yeah, so that's like kind of the journey of it. I'm sure we've all watched this or know what Spice and Wolf is. So.
I do know that I watched some Spice and Wolf, like the original one, when I was a kid. So, yeah.
But yeah, I think that's my weekly update.
Your Weebly update?
My weekly Weebly update. Who's next? Wishley? Miki?
All right. Yeah, so not a very big Weebly update this week, but Craze did get me another Mau Mau figure who came in just yesterday, I think.
It's Thursday?
Wow, that long ago? Okay.
Is this your 10th Mau Mau now?
Is she my 10th? I don't know. I have a problem. It might be showing now.
It's showing. It might be showing.
It might be showing now. But that's okay, because I need more.
There's more being made, crazy enough, so...
I have finished reading a book called Under the Oak Tree, which I believe I mentioned a few episodes back. It was originally a Korean web novel. I think it's still ongoing even, but there are so many chapters, and this is maybe the first 80 chapters or so in this book. So yeah, I decided to read that, and woo, it is spicy.
I think you talked about it previously on a podcast, but I don't know if Miki has heard about what is Under the Oak Tree about.
All right, so you get...
It's about making out under an oak tree with hot boys.
Is that it? Is that the gist, honey?
Oh, it'd be a lot more lighthearted if that was just...
Oh, shit. There's more.
Shit. Okay, it's about a haunted oak tree where witches have been hung.
Oh, that would be a cool premise.
And the sap is
and
coming
you're actually
on.
romancing the witches. It's a Yuri.
I love that. That is
okay, I would actually watch that. I love Yuri. So she just sold me.
So Under the Oak Tree is about this she's the daughter of a lord who gets married to this guy who worked his way up to be a knight. They have their wedding night together, even though it was a horrible night for her, and then he's gone for 2 to 3 years after that. And her father, of course, because she has a stutter and whatnot, she's always been treated poorly, and she's the embarrassment of the family. He's telling her every day, oh yeah, he's going to divorce you and marry the princess and all that kind of shit. And so she's like, oh shit, I'm failing my family. But then he comes back, he takes her back to his home, which he says she should have been there this whole time when he was gone. And she's like, how was I supposed to know any of this? Nobody teaches me shit. But she's too shy or whatever to talk about it, and doesn't want to appear like she's not a noble lady, even though she's never had that kind of training. But anyway, despite him being sort of gruff and not so friendly, and she's too shy and intimidated by everything. I think they do have a very sweet relationship, but they both have the problems of actually opening themselves up to one another. It's yes, we know you guys find each other very attractive, but what about what's on the inside? You guys need to...
What is inside there? Let's see.
What are you made up of, huh? Can't just be all blood and guts. Oh yeah, no, I'm finding...
Becomes the bowel hunter from ReZero.
Yes.
Such beautiful insides.
So beautiful. I find that part of their whole relationship a bit frustrating because they just won't talk to each other. But I do think, because Volume 2, at least the pretty edition of Volume 2 should be out in November. I gotta read more of this now.
Communication is the number one thing to do for any kind of good relationship.
It certainly is. However, it makes for great conflict in a story. So, story-wise,
unless all of the conflict is really just talk to each other. Sometimes that's actually really annoying.
Oh yeah, no.
Especially in anime. Oh my god, can I? that's a freaking
yeah, sure.
that's freaking annoying.
I think
Yeah.
that's just especially in any show. Like, that can be sometimes a sign of bad writing. It's like, it would all be solved easily if they talked to each other, you know? Like, it's the only obstacle is the fact that the characters aren't talking to each other. Then I feel like that's kind of bad writing, you know,
Yeah.
rather than, like, making them have an actual obstacle to overcome together, you know?
Right.
It's like this could have been a text message. If they just text.
It's like, yeah, if they literally just said, hey, I didn't do that. Then it's just all solved. You know?
Instead of anime, it's like they're all like, "Oh, but you're not listening." I'm like, "Ah, I can't believe you did this." And I'm like, "Well, if you just listen, I can't believe you did this."
I don't want to hear your excuses. And it's like,
I
bitch.
said good day. Yeah. So communication's key.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Well, anything else with your Weebly update?
Oh, one last thing. I've gotten a little further in Red Bell's Lament.
Okay.
Thanks to following a walkthrough.
You're on walkthrough territory
I'm
now.
in walkthrough territory now because I am not smart enough to do all the select this option for this one character and then do the other for a different character and then you get a different result for each of them. And I'm like, oh, no, that's just too much for my little brain to figure out. So, I'm following a guide and I've gotten so many more bad endings. And I know, like, the last time I updated you guys on it, I was like, oh yeah, the vampire, like, he's a little, like, he's not as interesting anymore because he eats flowers. And then...
Yeah, that's stupid.
That is stupid, but no, it turns out he will drink blood, but, like, he just...
So a change of heart for you.
I changed it, no, and I talked about that last week too, but... He is so freaking sweet.
That you look over the flower eating.
We were having this sort of like sweet like moment where he's like trying to encourage me because I'm scared of a thing, and then like I'm finally coming around, and then bam! Somebody kills him. He's dead in my arms. I'm like, holy shit! This is dark.
God damn.
So yeah.
Yeesh.
And now I'm like, oh, Rose, I miss you. So it's funny. He's put me through a roller coaster. So yeah, that's my weekly update for the game. So maybe. Well, what about you, Miggy? What's your weekly update?
All right. Well, I continue watching ReZero. I'm still not done with that because there's a lot of it.
Are you done with season 2?
I think that I either just ended season 2 or I'm about to end season 2 because the arc of the story has definitely basically ended. So,
was there a time jump yet? I'm just trying to without spoilers.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, then you're still in season 2. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just think that I'm like really near the end because
like you're in the wrap up, yeah.
Yeah, they're wrapping it up.
Are you liking it? More and more?
I really like a lot of ReZero, and then there are some things that kind of annoy me about it. So like I love the general premise, and I love the intense scenes and the crazy deaths, and you know, like the character designs and the world and shit. What I don't like is sometimes they get this is too deep for you and I'm so emotionally intelligent and I know absolutely everything that's going on for this other person and I'm going to tell you all these life lessons, but if you actually listen, they don't really make sense. You know?
Yeah.
I can kind of understand what you're talking about. It's like, because you have Subaru that like kind of drops into this world and there's already history behind it. And he's kind of just in the middle of it. And so he doesn't.
No, I mean, like when they're like telling Subaru how he's feeling and how he's lying about something, or that's not what he really feels, and they're trying to give him these life lessons of how to be or something. Like they know him so well, and it's like, okay, but for you, this is only one time loop, and nobody really sees that deeply into other people, and also that is a really horrible, cruel thing to assume, you know. And like, what the fuck? You know?
Yeah, I agree.
And it just sometimes it just goes on a little too long with those kind of conversations, and it's like, okay, stop. Stop trying to seem like you are the wisest person ever. You are definitely not.
I think you'll definitely appreciate what they do with season 3, because they kind of drop some of that
Excellent.
and go for
I
more
will
action.
appreciate that.
The action is probably the best.
Oh man, that's great.
I think season 3 is by far my favorite thing they've done in the whole show. So it kind of pays off things that I was hoping to see sooner, and we do get to see it, and it's great. Though there are moments where I'm like, man, I think he should reset and start over, but
I do very much like, spoilers obviously for anybody listening, I do very much like that Subaru is actually her knight now and has confessed his love fully.
Yeah.
And also, I think it was so silly that she thought she was pregnant from a kiss.
I forgot about that.
She was like, we need to talk about the baby in my belly. And he's like, what? It's because, and it is definitely implied that Puck is the one that told her this misinformation.
Damn Puck.
Anything else for you got ReZero? You know, kind of. You're still watching ReZero?
I watched a lot of ReZero. I haven't read more spider manga yet. Not manga, light novel.
No worries. It's reading. It could be done anytime.
And we'll definitely have more Spider stuff to talk about probably next week, because we were gonna finish up Spider, but we didn't get a chance to this week, so it's been kind of a crazy week. So
life gets in the way.
Yeah, because we had a plan, and then your power went out.
Yeah,
that is true. Yes.
No, gotta love it. All right, well, should we go to our topic of the podcast? Topic of the show?
Yes.
We want to talk about our topic, which is anime subs versus dubs. It's not really kind of a debate, more like kind of, talking about our preferences and what we like about it, and what are the benefits, the pros and cons to what sub and dub can provide when it comes to anime. So I think this would be a really cool topic. So how do we want to start? That's a good question.
I think that, I want to talk about some of, the best moments in either a sub or dub context. Why is it that you would think that a sub is better than a dub, or that a dub is better than a sub for something?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I like that too. I think that's a good idea. We can maybe list off examples on things that we just find very moving when it comes to those preferences. Just overall, I think it's fair to say all three of us love sub and dub in their own ways.
Exactly.
We can get into that, and there's many things. I mean, I guess I'll start, because I think I can kind of bleed this over to you guys. But I like them both. They're great. There's things that I really appreciate when it comes to sub, when they kind of keep things intact. This is like the original intent, but it's a lot of reading. And there's moments that I'm missing key moments, like whether it's an action scene and they're talking, or facial expressions. So it's like I'm not really appreciating to the full extent, and sometimes I'm reading so much that stuff bounces over my head. On information, because there's so much being fed to me when I'm just reading, and there's something also going on the screen. But with dub, also it's like they get to reinterpret words in phrases and stuff, because not everything that is said in Japanese is going to be accurate to what would be translated to English as well. So then they have to kind of tweak some things, which I really appreciate, and make it even more modern for at the time. Like I love that they can use phrases that we are familiar with in English that you wouldn't hear in the sub. Or like just throwing it out, like they would say swag or bro, or just like examples, like just throwing out some kind of slang, which is like, oh, that's cool, because they're kind of acting like that kind of persona, like that personality. based on what we would see in in our country. So
Yeah, what we would say, like when the spider in the spider anime doesn't understand what he's saying, and she's like, "Me no speak isekai, donde está la biblioteca?" You know?
and that's probably not in the sub. That's in the dub only. It's like that. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
And
It is.
there's also something I really love that dub does a little differently, and I'm sure it's in sub as well. But I really love accents that people put into the dub, where it's like, okay, this girl's from Hokkaido, she's Canadian. Don't know why that just tracks, but it's so great.
Or suddenly they're they're Southern, or they're really British, stuff like that.
I mean, yeah, it's great. I love that. Like right now we're watching In Shirley. They're all Canadian. They all have like a Canadian accent a little bit.
Yeah, but they're actual Canadian.
But they're also in Canadian. But like we're watching it subbed and dubbed right now, and I can't tell, at least to my ear, that they are speaking Canadian with an accent or anything like. Because I'm sure it's different. When if you kind of understand Japanese, and I'm sure you guys can speak more to that because you guys have learned Japanese, or at least the basics.
Little.
So I would imagine you guys have some say in that.
I personally can't pick out like the different Japanese dialects, but while reading sub, I can tell when they must be speaking with a dialect just based on like their phrasing. I was like, okay, so they must be like from a different area in Japan, and then later, of course, it's revealed, oh yeah, they're from Hokkaido, or like from a different city or wherever, and from the country. And I was like, that's why they were using like the
y'all,
yeah, or your instead of your, or
yeah, it's like it's only in the subtitles that you can kind of notice that, but not. I mean, again, I don't have a good ear for that with Japanese, so
I mean, you'd have to hear so much of it so often that you could tell the difference.
Yeah,
there's actually a story of somebody who watched a lot of anime and was learning Japanese, and their Japanese teacher was like, "You speak it flawlessly, but you sound like you're part of the mafia or something," because that's the kind of anime they watched all the time, and they just kind of picked up that dialect.
That's amazing.
Stop playing Yakuza. Jesus Christ, guys.
Yeah.
You're gonna scare the shit out of everybody, but you can speak fluently. That's amazing.
I mean, you can,
yeah.
Well, I mean, anything else? You guys, I know I've said a lot about my opinions on it, but do you guys have anything you want to chime in on, or?
Yeah. Well, I mean, for one thing, you already said that both subs and dubs have their ups and downs, and they both can be excellent. And I think it's really important for people to be less gatekeepy about anime. Let people enjoy it. If they want to watch mostly subs, that's fine. If they just want to watch dubs, that's fine, because there's good reasons to watch either. As you were saying, the subs are more accurately translated from the source material, but the dubs don't require you to read as much, and therefore you'll be able to see what's actually happening in the anime more,
Mm-hmm.
And of course, if you're like me, a lot of the time I will be working while I'm watching something, so I can't have it in sub because then I can't also work at the same time. But if I have it in dub, I can listen,
Yeah.
Obviously, the best would be to just know Japanese, but who has time for that?
Yeah.
I do see that with you, Witchley, a lot. Like I come home and you're watching something on anime and it's dubbed, because probably the same thing. You're working. And...
Yeah, like if I'm crocheting, I can't be reading because I'm trying to count my what I'm doing, count my rows and stitches. Or if I'm like working on bath bombs and soaps, then I'm focused on like prepping that, so I can't like read what's going on in the anime.
Exactly.
Yeah, unless it's like one that I've seen a bazillion times and I'm just trying to work on picking out words, I will do that. But I also have to make sure my mind is focused on actually doing that, because I wander easily.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's very likely that all three of us has at least a little bit of the ADHD.
Absolutely.
Just a little.
Maybe a little, maybe a lot. Who could say?
There is no spice happening.
I have just enough.
But
Just right.
yeah, I think the other thing with subs and dubs is that there's such a fun element to either one of those.
Mhm.
As we were talking about with dubs, of course, having them try to translate it to something that like you would understand as an English speaker, you know, like the Donde está la biblioteca or whatever. That's so funny. It can be so funny to see what they choose to put in there. And when you have good voice actors in dubs, it is so good.
Mhm.
You know, on the other side with subs, I think it's especially funny whenever they say something in English. You know, that's my favorite moments. Like and this won't really spoil anything for you because you haven't seen it either, but in Food Wars, aka Shokugeki no Soma, they're talking about like the ingredients in this dish, and there's like pink cabbage in it or something. There's like all these different cabbages. And one of the characters that ate something, he's like this big buff dude, and he's like, cabbage are pink! And it's so amazing.
Oh, I love that. Speaking of that, like, Connor and I, we've been watching Witch Watch, and in, like, one of the more recent episodes, one of the characters, he has, like, his own YouTube channel, but in Japanese, he, like, does an English introduction, like, hello, Keigo here, or something like that. And then for the English dub, he was all like, oh, hi, yo, my dudes.
Or he's
Something
konnichiwa.
Yeah. He's so
Oh my God.
So they like swapped it around, and I loved that.
That's perfect. I love that.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
And while we're on the topic of just like favorite things that we really like when it comes to, you know, either, you know, preference, like we're also watching Game Center Girl right now, and we're only watching it subbed. They also have dub, but we decided against dub because the whole premise of the show is this British girl comes to Japan to live there, and so she hangs out at a game center, you know, with the gacha machines and everything, and the crane games, and she meets a boy there, and they you know, and she's speaking English a lot, and it's like a British English in sub, and then he's speaking Japanese, so it's like it's perfect because it's like there's that language barrier and them trying to figure it out, and it's like it's perfect. So like we would rather watch the sub because like dub is just they're both gonna speak English and it won't make any
And it would be
sense.
confusing. Yeah, that would be confusing. No, I agree. If the source material already has multiple languages being used intentionally, then you need to watch it in the original with subs, because otherwise it'll be way too confusing. I 100% agree.
There's and this is a nitpick I have, and I've gotten better over time with it, but like you know, like with, for instance, Vinland Saga, or a good example right now would be Black Butler, is that the setting is in England and they all speak Japanese.
Yeah, I think the setting also makes a lot of sense. You know?
Yeah, it's like they're speaking Japanese and then but they're all English. But then like they did this really cool thing with the Emerald Witch arc where they also even did it in the sub as well, which I really appreciated. They were speaking German because this arc had them go to Germany to deal with this werewolf, you know, situation. And so they had to go to Germany to figure it out, but they also had to speak German. And so they, even in the sub, they were also speaking German, and the English did the same way, but they also did tweaks of it too, where like they had Sebastian Michaelis, J. Michael Tatum speaking German, but then like after that he had an accent of German, like an accent, like a German accent speaking English, to let you know he is speaking German right now. And then when he's not speaking German, he's back to his British, which that's like,
smart.
It's little nods. It's like they kind of like bleed it in, and then it's like, okay, you know he's speaking German right now.
I like that.
It's very smart. I love it. And like just they've gotten better over time with that, you know, when it comes to translating and making like different languages flow with the show, especially when you're in a setting, which is perfect. So
well, and there are moments just because, you know, it's made in Japan and therefore by Japanese people, and that's, you know, it sometimes even without the setting being particularly one way or another, it'll still be really obvious,
Yeah.
you know, that it was made for Japanese in mind. It's like the spider anime when she's like talking about, oh my god, are they speaking English? Just like me, I'm Japanese, you know, and like stuff like that.
I remember us when we did the last watch party. I was like, "Oh yeah, they're Japanese. They're speaking English." What the fuck?
Yeah, that kind of stuff. It was like, okay, well, that doesn't really make sense. But part of the reason I chose for us to watch dub is because there are just some moments in the spider anime that are just especially funny with the way that they did the dub.
I
which is
love.
why I chose to do that.
Yeah, and I really love that some studios that do dub ports or dub projects on anime is that some of them are not as strict as others are based on the script. And so a lot of people can either ad-lib or just get a little bit more creative and have the actors or actresses kind of do their own take on it, which is really cool to see. Like I know a huge references like Ghost Stories is the most infamous one where they did not give a fuck on how they wanted people to do the dub, so they just had one voice actor come in, do their own lines, just make up shit on the spot, and then the next person came in and just like ad-libbed on top of that person's dialogue just to kind of just make it, and it's so funny.
It is so funny. Yeah, it's all oh, what is it called when like comedians just make stuff up on the spot? Improv.
Yeah, they improvise.
It was
everything.
a lot of improv, and it's very hilarious. From what I understand, it's because the show wasn't actually doing very well, and they were like, you know what, you just do whatever you want to do, and that made it amazing.
Oh, one thing I wanted to like mention about the subs versus dubs in anime, and I know I've brought this up in like past episodes as well, so I'm just repeating myself again. But like, I love seeing how comedy translates from the sub to the dub, because with like the subs, you get like pretty much what they are saying in Japanese, what they were going for, which might be a little limited in like alternate words or like synonyms for words they use. Like my biggest example is always in Don to Don, where like, you know, because he loses his wiener, and that's the word they use in Japanese a lot is wiener this. But in the dub, they're all like, "Whoa, where's your dog?" or "Give him back his pecker," and all that kind of shit. It's so weird.
Yeah.
It's so funny seeing how that gets changed in the course.
Yeah, I love that. Like, just when it comes to the comedy animes, I think they do a great job with that.
Yeah, it's so interesting seeing the difference between their speed and humor versus ours.
It would be so interesting to get like a voice actor on just to talk to them about how the process is made. But I know it's like they have to go by a certain speed when they're talking to match the mouth. Yeah. So they have to say something either really fast to make sure the mouth matches or slow, depending on the mouth movement. So I just so
which can make it almost impossible to get that right inflection or like a natural feeling to it. So sometimes it feels a little bit off.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And there's just nothing you can do about it because they said it that fast, but you needed to say this whole sentence, you know?
Yeah.
Within the time period of the anime.
Plus, in Japanese, they don't have filler words, and we rely on filler words.
Yeah, like,
Well, they go,
I can say,
Yeah.
I know they can say, I just say, a lot as I'm speaking.
But I'm talking about, like, theirs, or, like, you know, just, like, have, or whatever. But, like, they just... It's so context-based, so it cuts out a lot of the words that we use to, like, bring context into our conversations where they don't have that. You just know what they're talking about. So, like, their sentences could be either shorter or longer, like Miki was saying. So
Phrasing.
Yeah, phrasing. Plus,
Phrasing.
Yeah.
Their
I think that's another reason that they rewrite it sometimes.
Yeah.
It's just,
it
it's technically this sentence, but that's would be said so fast that it wouldn't get the right inflection at all. So we're going to change it a little bit to be more like this, so
Plus,
it'll fit
for
better.
English speakers, it would be out of order too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
I
Sentence structure is totally different for Japanese.
I do want to like mention that I think dub can harm some aspects of an anime depending on like
Oh, yeah.
censorship. I think censorship is a big one. Pokemon's a big example of that. Sailor Moon is a huge example about that. Like instead of them, they censored two women who love each other and want to be together, and they made them cousins,
Which made it feel
which is so
incest.
gross.
Yeah.
It's like, why did America think that was okay? To be
Because
like,
that
okay,
That was back then when they were terrified of the gays.
and they're like, but incest
God.
is okay,
Right.
or some form of it.
Gross.
Well,
Just-
I'd rather you kiss your cousin rather than
Then somebody
Oh,
same sex.
it was just weird and
Yeesh.
gross. So
Yeah, it's very weird, but like, and then like,
That's true.
so I think like dub can harm some, I think back in the
least
day in the
older.
90s to the early 2000s is a good example of that. I think nowadays it's gotten way better. And
Yeah, I think it's way better about that.
I know JoJo was a huge one. When we watched JoJo, they censored all the graphic stuff. Like they would censor specifically Kujo, Jotaro, smoking, because he's a teenager who is 16 years old smoking. And so they would censor it by literally cutting half the screen
that's
off.
not very uncommon even in America.
I know,
Why
so it's
censor-
just like, why censor that? It's like, are you just?
That's weird.
I mean, the guy doesn't even look like he's 16. Just mind you, he looks like he's 45, built like a tank.
Yeah. So basically, you're saying that if you watch dubs, just always have a little bit of that doubt there that it might be different than what you're seeing. You know?
Yeah.
If you watch the dub, that's not the original material.
Yeah.
You know, there can be some things that are absolutely made very different.
Yeah.
You know?
think
So you can still enjoy a dub, absolutely
Mhm.
fine, but just know that it's not necessarily true to what it actually is.
Exactly.
I think that the main gist is that if they get the heart of the story across, then they're probably doing their job pretty good.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I just don't want things to be that censored like we did back.
Yeah,
in the
no,
90s
censorship
with
is stupid.
That is.
I mean, give me what you intended. Like, I want to
Exactly.
I want to watch Attack on Titan because you made a brutal anime political show, not censor it down to where I'm not going to see any of the Titans eating people. Not that they
Yeah,
did
right.
that.
I
I'm just
know.
saying that as an example, but
That's
Yeah,
back
that
up
would be
like
an example.
Tokyo
I
Ghoul,
gotcha.
that would be a terrible example.
Tokyo Ghoul.
Tokyo Ghoul, yeah. Oh my god,
They censored the hell out of that one.
I know. I'm like, why do that? Like
There was a lot of torture in there, and maybe that's what they were going for. But I think
the
it was
earwig
just
scene is the centipede. Oh,
I
and the ear.
think they also had it censored in the sub version for us, at least, like Western viewers.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So
Oh yeah, you really don't like centipedes. Did that one scene in the Matrix with the thing going in his
Yep.
belly button traumatize you forever?
Yep. I wish I didn't see that.
You're like, I wish I didn't have eyes.
I just wish I was blind watching this film.
No, I mean, I get it. I thought of that. I also was traumatized. Just not by centipedes, just the idea of bugs going in orifices is what freaks me out.
yeah,
Oh no,
anything
no,
like
no.
that freaks me
Yeah,
out,
in
too.
general, any bug going inside a human is gross. That's
bad.
But just like the fact that it's a centipede that went into Ken Kaneki's ear hole as torture is gross too. So,
That was a brutal scene.
yeah, that was
that was so brutal.
and I'm glad they censored some of it, but man, I can't get that image out of my head. Anyway, do we have anything else we want to say about it? I mean, like, I think at the end of the day, I mean, I think as we iterated at the beginning here, I mean, I think it's up to your own interpretation and preference.
Yeah.
Mostly preference
Yeah.
on like what you would prefer. I mean, like as you heard from us today, we love sub and dub in their own ways, and they're great. They're amazing, and I don't know if I would like one or the other more. But I think like I've grown to appreciate them at the same time, and it's just nice. It's beautiful. And I get to appreciate what the Japanese had intended, and I get to appreciate what the English had intended. So it's nice.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if you're watching an anime and dubbed and it's not really grabbing you, like with the acting at least,
Mhm.
then try watching it in subbed, because a lot of the time, like with general anime, not necessarily the biggest, most popular anime, but in like just basic anime, a lot of the time the English voice actors won't put quite as much emotional oomph into the acting as the Japanese voice actors do.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So if you're feeling like it's kind of lackluster, then I would say try watching the sub first before you give up on it.
That is good advice. I remember when I first watched Noragami, I watched it on Hulu, and this was before they even started dubbing it. And I fell in love with it. So once it did come out onto Blu-ray, eventually I bought it. And then I was like, because I never heard the English dub, I turned it on for some reason expecting Japanese. And I instantly heard the English. And I was like, oh no. So I had to go and switch it over to the Japanese cast. I was like, okay, I guess I'll try and check it out at some point. I never did until I met Craze.
Yeah, we watched it then.
And he's like, I want to watch it in English. I don't want to be reading. I just want to watch it in English. I was like, oh, but I love it in Japanese. I was like, okay, I'll suffer through the English for you and watch it that way.
And did you enjoy it?
I ended up really enjoying it.
Okay.
Even though, like, my first reaction from ever hearing it was like, oh no.
Yeah. I think the other thing is that if you watch it in a dub, you might be getting a very, very wrong pronunciation of like names. You know?
Yeah. Especially,
so I think
like,
that's another point for sub.
Yeah.
At least watch it in sub a little bit so that you know how the names are actually said.
Yes. I think they're getting better with pronunciations, at least lately.
Yeah.
Not all of them, of course, but some of them, I'm like, hey, that actually sounds like a Japanese name.
Yeah, I think it's because like there's just more anime available. It's a little bit more mainstream, and so people have heard it. It's not quite as different, and so they know how it sounds, you know? So like they can mimic it now. It's good. Unlike, older anime like Inuyasha.
Yeah.
Oh god, I hate how they pronounce things in Inuyasha in English.
I have nostalgia for it. Because that's what I grew up hearing before I really got into, like, had access to Japanese subbed anime. So I was like, oh, okay, so, like, it went from, like, yeah, this is what I've watched to, yeah, this is pronounced wrong, but now it's just charming.
Got you.
So it's like the whole nostalgia thing.
Nostalgia can very, like, skew your, your opinions on things too, especially because you grew up, like you said, you grew up with Noragami, you grew up with Inuyasha a certain way, It's just...
Sometimes, kids, if you've got some real good nostalgia for something, and I say kids, I mean like 30-year-olds. If you got some really good nostalgia for something, sometimes it's better to never watch it again. Don't ruin your nostalgia.
Sometimes nostalgia can get ruined.
Yeah, do not watch old live-action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Don't do it. If you loved that as a kid and it's nostalgic, do not watch it as an adult. You will ruin it for yourself.
I still can't get over that freeze frame of that person inside that turtle.
Yeah, that was like your
It's my profile picture for a while. I just look at it and it's the most funny. It's the funniest shit I've ever seen of a freeze frame of his face inside of the turtle. Future me will have this in the video podcast for this episode, so if you guys want to check it out, go check out the video podcast version of this, and you'll see it in all its glory. It's amazing. Oh, well, yeah, it does ruin your nostalgia a bit. Well, do we have anything else we want to say about subs and dubs, or is that it? We good?
I think we have basically covered it.
Agreed.
Excellent. Well, that was another episode down of Weeby Simpin episode 15. If you guys enjoyed this, let us know down in the comments below. Email us, what is your preferred sub and dub? We'd like to hear it. And again, we can start doing some community questions. You leave your thoughts, concerns, ideas out there, and we can discuss it on the podcast. That'd be nice. So check us out down there at in our email. It'll be down in the links below. Check us out over at Spotify if you're not already on Spotify. I think going forward we're doing video Spotify, so people can enjoy that either video or audio, because you can do either or when you're over there. So you can check out both ends, and instead of being over on YouTube. So, but do check us out over on YouTube as well.
Check us out wherever you like.
We
Yes, subscribe.
got that multiple platforms.
It's nice. I like it. And that's a podcast.
So as we always say,
Ja, mate.